Buckle up, because the Broadway world just took a dramatic turn, and at the center of the chaos is none other than Rachel Zegler. What was supposed to be her triumphant return to the stage has now turned into a full-blown disaster. And trust us, it's not just a simple casting controversy. It's a shocking fallout that's rocked the Evita production from the inside out. The cast has spoken, and they've made one thing crystal clear. They want no part of Rachel Zegler. So what on earth happened behind the scenes? Why has the Evita cast revolted? And what did Rachel do that left even the most seasoned performers walking off stage? This is the inside story Hollywood doesn't want you to know, but we're pulling back the curtain. A dream role turns into a nightmare. Rachel Zegler was once celebrated as one of the freshest breakout stars in Hollywood. After stealing the spotlight in West Side Story, she seemed like the perfect fit to take on the iconic role of Eva Perón in a bold new stage revival of Evita. But the excitement didn't last long. From the moment her casting was announced, the energy behind the scenes reportedly shifted. Rehearsals grew tense. Whispered conversations became more frequent. Something was off. According to insiders, Rachel's behavior quickly became a problem. Sources say she walked into rehearsals acting more like a movie star than a team player, demanding special treatment, questioning creative direction, and allegedly dismissing her fellow castmates like background noise. It didn't take long before friction turned into full-on fury. Cast members pushed back against diva behavior. In the world of theater, there's an unspoken code: respect the ensemble, show up humble, and earn your stripes. But many of Rachel's co-stars reportedly felt she broke all three. Several cast members allegedly raised concerns to the production team, complaining about Rachel's attitude, lack of rehearsal discipline, and a consistent disregard for direction. What's worse, some performers claim she brought an A-list ego to a community built on collaboration. At one point, it said Rachel insisted on reworking entire scenes just to better feature her voice. And when challenged, she allegedly stormed off set more than once. That was the final straw for many, and it's exactly when the cast started pushing back. Behind the scenes, chaos spills into public drama. Things escalated quickly when rumors from the set began leaking onto social media. Cryptic posts from anonymous cast members painted a picture of a production on the brink. One post described the energy as toxic, while another hinted at a lead performer turning the set into a battleground. Fans quickly speculated, and it didn't take long before Rachel's name trended for all the wrong reasons. Instead of quelling the fire, Rachel posted a tone-deaf video seemingly mocking the backlash, singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," while sipping tea. Many called it insensitive. Others said it was just more proof of her detachment. And that video? It only fueled the storm. The director forced to take a stand. The drama got so bad that the show's director reportedly held a closed-door meeting with cast and crew to address the tension. The goal was simple: keep the show on track. But insiders say the meeting didn't go well. Some cast members flat out refused to continue rehearsals unless serious changes were made. By the end of the week, the production was at a crossroads: either stand by Rachel and lose the trust of the cast, or take action. And in a twist no one saw coming, the decision was made. Rachel Zegler was no longer welcome. Rachel's exit wasn't a firing, it was a rejection. What makes this story even more dramatic is how Rachel's departure unfolded. Officially, there was no firing. There was no big press release. Instead, the Evita cast and creative team reportedly told producers they were done. They wouldn't continue rehearsals if Rachel stayed. They gave an ultimatum. And the message was loud and clear: this production is bigger than one star. Rather than risk total collapse, the decision was made behind closed doors to let Rachel go. A quiet call, a brief meeting, and she was out. Just like that, the dream role disappeared. Broadway veterans speak out, and it's not in her favor. Following Rachel's sudden departure, several respected voices in the theater world subtly weighed in. Without naming names, some longtime performers posted about the importance of humility, respect, and knowing when to listen rather than lead. The message? Broadway isn't Hollywood, and bringing an ego to the stage is a surefire way to burn bridges fast. Even theater fans began sharing stories of past productions where leads helped lift their co-stars, contrasting that collaborative spirit with Rachel's alleged soloist mentality. The comparisons were brutal, and the message was clear. Reputation matters, and this incident might follow her for years. Her PR team scrambles to do damage control. As the backlash intensified, Rachel's camp reportedly went into overdrive, trying to spin the narrative. Selective interviews, carefully worded social media posts, a few cryptic photos of her reflecting in nature. But the internet wasn't buying it. Too many stories had already come out. Too many people on the inside had spoken up. What could have been a comeback moment for Rachel instead turned into a public relations nightmare. And now her once rising star is in serious trouble. Evita finds new life without the controversy. Here's the silver lining. After Rachel's departure, the Evita production found its rhythm again. With a new lead described as grounded, focused, and generous, the cast rallied. Rehearsals ran smoother, the energy returned, and the production started to heal. Word is, the show might even debut earlier than expected. Fans who were once boycotting the revival are now expressing renewed excitement. It turns out, when drama leaves the stage, real magic can finally happen. Industry insiders say this may haunt Rachel's future roles. Let's be real, Hollywood has a long memory. And while stars bounce back all the time, industry insiders are already warning that Rachel's Evita incident could become a red flag for casting directors. No studio wants unnecessary chaos. No production wants a lead who alienates the cast. And unfortunately for Rachel, that's the exact impression this ordeal has left behind. Whether fair or not, perception matters. And unless she makes serious changes, and soon, this may mark the beginning of a slow fade from the spotlight. Rachel's fans remain divided. In the midst of it all, Rachel's fan base has been shaken. Some remain loyal, blaming the Evita team for not understanding her passion. Others have expressed deep disappointment, especially those who saw her as a fresh, humble face in a cutthroat industry. Even her fan pages are at war, some deleting criticism, others embracing the conversation. It's messy, emotional, and reflective of a star whose image is now in flux. Social media is now Rachel's biggest battlefield. Interestingly, while the stage rejected her, social media has become the final battleground for Rachel's reputation. Every tweet, every TikTok, every fan edit is now being scrutinized. And unfortunately, with receipts piling up and footage from backstage leaks appearing, the tide isn't exactly turning in her favor. The once loved ingenue is now being viewed with skepticism. And unless something drastic changes, the court of public opinion might be the hardest one for Rachel to win back. Producers faced intense backlash for choosing her. While Rachel's departure stirred headlines, many in the theater community began questioning how she was cast in the first place. Seasoned performers pointed out that Eva Perón is a demanding role, requiring not just vocal talent, but deep emotional maturity and stage discipline. Critics blasted the producers for prioritizing star power over compatibility, suggesting that Rachel was miscast from the very beginning. The backlash wasn't just about her behavior, it also called into question the judgment of the creative team and whether they'd sacrifice the heart of Evita for Hollywood clout. Behind closed doors, production insiders reportedly admitted they underestimated how disruptive Rachel's presence would be. What was supposed to be a headline-grabbing choice backfired spectacularly, costing them time, trust, and nearly the entire production. Rachel's silence is deafening and strategic. As the chaos unraveled publicly, one thing stood out. Rachel Zegler went radio silent. No public apology, no clarification, no emotional post addressing the backlash. While some say it's because she's taking time to reflect, others believe it's a calculated PR move, an attempt to ride out the storm and rebrand later. But in an era where transparency is everything, her silence only seems to be raising more questions. Only time will tell if Rachel can recover from this. But one thing's certain, the stage won't wait for anyone, not even a rising star. The show must go on, and this time it's doing just fine without her.